tap in when I do a live. You come and watch the video after. We good? Yep. All right. This is beautiful. Yes, yes. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at EHAS Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. I am so excited right now to let you guys know that we are in the new season. There's a few things that is structuring for the new season, but first, I want to give a shout out to Cornell Bunting LLC. I want to give a shout out to EHAS INC for doing what you guys do with these youths in the underserved communities here in Southwest Florida, Jamaica. You guys are like rock stars, man. And so I just want to say, I want to give each of you guys your flowers. There's a lot that is going on. There's a lot that is coming that I'm really excited about. And what I want to say, there's a few things that I'm looking forward for you guys to kind of see what that's going to look like. And so I'm excited. So with that, because I did promise my IG followers that they would get to witness and hear the show, the whole show today. IG people will get to hear the whole show today. So without further ado, we're gonna tap into the show. What I wanna do right now though, I wanna pay my tribute to the recent passings. Have you guys have seen, I don't know if you guys have watched the Cosby Show when it was out, but that young man named Theo, he just passed. I guess he was on vacation. Water got heavy where he was on the beach, and it took him people. And so Malcolm, my dude Malcolm Jamal Warner, yeah, so, condolence to his family. It's never good when a life is lost, but, we do have to think on the reality of life. We all have a time when we have to go, and, I can say for the recent passings, they have lived some very entertaining life. They have done some amazing job in the fields that they're in. Gotta shout out my dude Ozzy Osbourne. Of course, he's huge. Just, so condolence to the Osbourne family. Just there's so much memories on, Ozzy's shows. My aunt was a big fan of Ozzy Osbourne, and so, the shows, that was one energetic man right there. And then, of course, who cannot say big condolence to the Hogan family for Mr. Hulk Hogan. He was one of the guy I watched when I used to watch wrestling, because he just had that energy where he ripped his shirt, and it was one of them things. So with that, we're gonna jump into the show. Today's show is about discovering your superpowers, and recently I got an opportunity to speak with two facilities. PAL had their kids over at the Uncommon Friends Society, and then the Q had their kids over, and they got an opportunity to interact with me, and that interaction was about superpowers. You discovering your superpowers, tapping into what that looked like. And so with that, I want to say to you guys, welcome to the power within. You have to welcome what that looked like, and this is where, you tap in to uncover what those gifts are, and so, one of the things I was talking to them about was how we often overlook the ones, those superpowers that is within us, but because we don't necessarily feel that it's within us, it's buried within, and so for me, as that storyteller, as that author, as that speaker, a man who literally died and came back with a new purpose, a lot would say, and there's no cap, people. No cap. You know, I'm rocking today. No fancy gadgets. Just understand, superpowers should be about you. And you is a superpower. You have your superpower, but, you know, it's, most of us is when our back is against the wall and we truly tap in, then that comes out, you know. And so I would challenge you guys. I would start with a question, yeah? What is even, or what even is a superpower, right? What is that? And so for most people, you know, the word brings up image of flying, laser eyes, or maybe lifting cars with one hand, whatever that look like, or sure, I mean, a lot of people would say that's cool or whatever, but, you know, let me tell you something, right? Your real life superpower might look a lot different. And, you know, to be like 10 times more impactful, your superpower is that thing, right? That thing that gets you up when life knocks you down. It's the part of you that shows up when people need help, right? And it's also the gift you didn't have to learn. Seriously. You didn't have to learn it because you already had it. You already had it. You got to understand it is who you are. And, you know, I know that for a lot of individuals, there's one of those things where we're like, okay, you know, I don't know what that could look like. But I'll get a little personal for you guys, right? And I'll tell you guys that, you know, I was facing prison time. You know, I had false accusations on me, you know, and then I also faced debt, you know, literally. My heart stopped for 16 minutes. I flatlined. Yep. Like, where the thing was like, yep, that was me. That was me, people. And, you know, the conversation, the arguments that was happening, because I was getting ready to be put in a body bag. But God, they would say, yeah? But God, I say, but God, yes. I came back, you know, it wasn't the same. Like, I mean, I didn't come back the same because, you know, I had realized that my true superpower wasn't my ability to hustle or grind. It was my ability to transform pain into purpose. Mm-hmm. And help others do the same through my books, my programs, and the mic right here. You know, me, you know, vibing with you guys right now. It's, you know, it's one of those things. So, you know, I want you guys to know, you know, you don't go through all that to play small. No. I mean, I go to places now because I don't fear. I mean, for a lot of people, they would say the worst is when you die. For me now, I don't know if I would agree on that because, you know, it's like it's a different dude now. I'm functioning at a whole different level. So here's how to discover your superpower. And I'm going to tell you guys like this, right? You might be asking like, well, Cornell, how do I figure out my superpower? So let me give you 3 steps, yeah? I'll give you 3 steps. 1, you're going to look at your pain. Look at your pain. What have you survived that others said would break you? Inside that struggle is your strength. Yes, I'm serious. Number 2, ask what people always come to you for. What does people always come to you for? Advice? Comfort? Idea? Energy? Your power often shows up when you serve others. Number 3, What lights you up? That fire, that feeling you get when you're doing something you love. That's your power. Trying to break through. So take a second, breathe, ask yourself, what makes me feel unstoppable? Seriously. Now, there's the listening challenge, yeah? This week, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to challenge yourself to do something simple but powerful, right? Speak your superpower out loud. Record a voice note. Write it in your bathroom mirror. See. Or send it to me. Seriously. You can DM me. Yeah, DM me. Cornell 9. You can DM me. And just say, my name is so-and-so. My superpower is boom. Just like that. Because the moment you say it, you start owning it. I'm serious. You start owning it. And I want you guys to understand the beautiful piece about this. You don't need to wait for the word to give you permission to be powerful. You already are. You've just got to believe in it. This is the power within, and of course, who am I? I'm Cornell Bunting. Your story isn't over. Your power is just getting started. So I want you guys to understand this right now. There's a whole lot that's about to unfold. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you guys. And so here we go. This is a quick 10-minute rundown. Boom. The show is going to be done right after this 10-minute rundown is done. And then, I'm going to be doing a few things where I'm doing storytelling. So you guys will get a chance to hear some of my stories when I was a kid. Very funny stories. Hilarious. I'm telling you guys. My life is like a movie that it's not even being told yet the way the mass of people would see it. It's dramatic. It's a whole lot going on there. And so right here, I want to tell you guys like this. 10 minutes, count me down. Maybe I'll do it in less than 10 minutes. The power of the underdog. You ever been counted out? Have you? You ever felt like no one believed in you? Like the odds were stacked so high, there was no way you could win. That is what it feels like to be the underdog. But let me tell you something. They don't put you in a textbook. And they've never put this in the textbook because they don't want to put this in the textbook. I don't think people that do those textbooks think about this part of it. Underdog make the best heroes. Yep, if you don't believe me, hey, I guess you don't believe me. Because when you're at the bottom, right? Like when you're at the bottom, you don't get by the privilege or connection on applause. You get by on grit. You get by on something deep down inside, something nobody can take away from you, right? That's your superpower. That is your superpower. So let me break it down, right? When I was falsely accused, when I was locked up based on something, fabricated, when I lost everything and I had to rebuild from scratch, that was my underdog season. I want you guys to understand that. And yeah, I was angry. I was broken. I was also becoming stronger, wiser, unshakable. Because once you learn how to survive with nothing, you stop being afraid of losing everything. I'm telling you guys, it's serious. That's the power of the underdog. And I want you guys to know this. See, the underdog doesn't win because they're lucky. They win because they never stop moving. They fail, no, they fall. Do they though? They rise. Because if you fall, you got to get up. They get rejected, they grow. They're doubted, but they believe anyways. And that belief, my friend, that self-belief in the middle of the storm, that is the birthplace of greatness. So, if you, listening, right, to this right now, and you feel like life has you backed into a corner, you've been overlooked, underestimated, misunderstood, good. Because that means you're right on track to becoming unstoppable. Unstoppable. I'm serious. Hear me, hear me. You're the one who's going to lead when the lights are off and the crowd is gone. You're the one who's going to love harder because you know what it's like to be unloved. You're the one who's going to create the change others were afraid to imagine. You see it difficultly and you see it differently because you lived it differently. And that, my friend, that's your power. Let me leave you with this. The greatest thing about being an underdog is that nobody see you coming. I mean, you don't really want them to see you coming anyways. So, when you rise, and you will rise, you won't just break through the noise. You change the entire story. Not just for yourself, but for everyone watching. And believe me, they're watching. Even when they look like they're not watching, they really are watching. For everyone behind you, for every young people who need proof that they are more than where they started, understand this. Here's your challenge for this week. I want you to say out loud. Say it out loud. I said it already. Said it already. My name is Cornell Bunting. And I am not defined by my past. I am defined by my power. So, say it again and again until you believe it. Because once you do, there's nothing anyone can do to stop you. You are not just the underdog. You are the uprising. Ooh. We got it going right there. So just want you guys to understand this. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You have such a wonderful purpose in this world. You have a superpower that no one can take from you because it was given to you. You was created with it. It is with you. And so with that, I think I did tell you guys, I want you guys to keep showing up, keep loving big, and keep walking in your superpower. Until our next episode where we have another beautiful thing that we're going to be talking about. It's going to be a guest, whatever that look like, right here on EHAS Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. Thank you. Love you guys.